guys, so today is my first review. So the book I'm reviewing today is Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. It takes place in a futuristic world, just like most science fiction do. They have been attacked by aliens twice. These aliens, called the Buggers, are coming back for a third time. And the first two times, humanity has barely escaped by like the skin of their teeth. They were like holding on for dear life, but they made it through before. And now that the government knows that they're coming back for a third invasion, they're looking for a commander for this new fleet. Andrew Ender Wiggin. Ender is the third child of his family. Now the government had set up rules saying that you cannot have more than 2 children. So Ender is frowned upon because he is a third child of the Wiggin family. Wiggin is 6 years old by the time we meet him in this story. Ender gets sent. He is picked to be sent to battle school. Battle school is sort of like a military academy that is focused on warfare and other studies relating to war. There's games, not the games that you and I think of like hopscotch or whatever when we're kids like 6 years old, but like full-on war games. And Ender goes there, and he is the youngest in his launch group, and I think he's the youngest person there throughout the book, as he like in his group rather. And he's at this academy that's meant for 8 to 12-year-olds. So through this book we follow Ender through his adventures at battle school, and it's just, I love this book. I cared for Ender so much during this book. Like, when people did bad things to Ender, I was right there with them saying, yeah, Ender, you stand up for yourself. And when good things happened to Ender, I was like, yay, hug. Let's hug it out. And I loved watching as he grew, because he was so compassionate at first, and he tried to keep that, but as the story goes on, I feel he started to harden and get colder, which I understand, because I mean, he's doing all this stuff at the age of 6 through 12. Like, that's crazy, this little boy. He's going through things that only an adult should. And I just feel for him immensely. And I feel the writing style, I mean, it's nothing special, but it's simplistic, and it goes perfectly with Ender and the story, the way it's written. I love that. Ender, like I said, is the third child of the Wiggin family. There were his older brother is Peter, and his older sister is Valentine. Valentine and Peter represent 2 other types of leadership, and Ender is the third type of leadership. Ha ha, funny. My puppy. Peter was very malicious and mean and kind of a cruel leader, which is why he's not selected. And then Valentine was too empathetic. She felt too much for these people. And then Ender came along, specifically bred to be a genius. And he pretty much was. This kid is a genius. And I loved Valentine and Ender's relationship. Valentine cared for him like a mother, even though she was only a few years older than him, and she got him out of some ruts, and I love Valentine and Ender. I really do. They're the cutest brother and sister relationship. They just care so much for each other. And while Ender's at battle school, she's the only one he wants to see, who he's trying to save. And I thought Peter and Ender's relationship is not the best. Peter sort of tortures Ender before he goes to battle school, and Ender strives to not be like Peter. He does not want to be his older brother, and he tries everything in his power not to be this mean, malicious person. I hated the system. I hated the government in this book. I understand why they did it, but to a 6-year-old child, like, no, I hated it, but I understood why they did it. I found the ending shocking, and this whole book, the plot was just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. My favorite quote from this book is, "In the moment when I truly understand my enemy, I understand him well enough to defeat him. Then in that very moment, I also love him." And that just shows who Ender is. And Ender is sweet and compassionate, but he can also be hard and cruel when he needs to be to win the battle. Overall, I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and I really like it. I would recommend it for maybe ages 14 and up, because I don't think I would have understood it as well as I would now when I'm 14. So that's it, and I hope I did well on this. I hope you guys enjoyed, and be looking out for my next video. Bye guys!